And so here we have Sonic Lost World, which initially came out for the Wii U in 2013, but I've only ever played the PC version that came out 2 years later. I think Sonic Lost World is the prime example of like a mixed bag. When it comes to the story, it sees Sonic and Tails taking on this new alien tribe known as the Deadly Six, with their leader Zavok trying to siphon all of the world's energy from this lost hex, which is the game's setting. The story, it's okay. Like, it's pretty predictable and obvious how things are going to play out, but I don't think it's like terrible, and I think the Deadly Six are fine. Sega really loves Zavok though for some reason. At least the general writing and dialogue is pretty on brand for Sonic, and the game has plenty of humorous moments. It wasn't completely terrible, and I didn't feel utter indifference, so that's a good thing. When it comes to the gameplay, yeah, they mix up the Sonic formula yet again. Most of the levels have this tube-like design that kind of looks like Sonic Extreme or Mario Galaxy, with an ever-changing perspective, but you really are doing Sonic the Hedgehog things. You're collecting rings, you're going fast, you're defeating enemies, and bouncing off springs. This game actually does have a run button, which I always thought was an odd decision. You'll basically be holding this the entire time, but if you want some really precise movement, you can let go of it. But it's not the most annoying issue. The controls are actually pretty decent in Sonic Lost World, and the game still has an alright sense of speed. There's even plenty of 2D sections, and these are okay. There's also a bunch of grinding. I mean, every Sonic game is grinding, and these are acceptable. But to be 100 here and give you the lowdown, most of these levels are just okay. A lot of them are forgettable. And while they certainly look unique, especially thanks to the tube-like design, I feel like they don't really actually do all that many imaginative things, and I felt like a majority of the levels just kind of blended together. There's also a lot of do or die situations in Sonic Lost World where you need to make a snap reaction or quick judgment, otherwise you die, and these can always be kind of annoying. At the very least, the combat is very simple. You just jump on enemies or use the homing attack. There are bosses in this game, but yeah, they're not so great. Something else that I don't think is all that great is the parkour mechanic this game introduces, where Sonic can run along the wall like it's Titanfall or some of the futuristic Call of Duties, and this just isn't very good. It's wildly unresponsive. It feels like half the time it doesn't want to work or register that you're trying to do it, and I found myself dying over and over due to just how shoddy this entire mechanic is. At the very least, though, they don't force you into it a majority of the time. But it's not a deal breaker or anything like that. Overall, I would say Sonic Lost World is a pretty average experience. It feels like for everything it gets right, it gets something wrong. The level design, it's alright, the controls are fine. The story's okay, I guess, and the presentation was pretty good for the time. The soundtrack is nice, and at the very least, the game could have been a lot worse, but it also could have been quite a bit better. The game at times kind of lacks an identity, and when you look at the overall experience, I would say Sonic Lost World is just kind of forgettable. Like, I played through it, I knew it was okay, but I couldn't really remember all that much about it until I looked at old footage of it, and then all of the memories started flooding back in. But yeah, it was just kind of one of those games that went in one ear out the other. It's still a decent game, and it's better than a lot of 3D Sonic games, but it certainly would be a bit of a hard sell.